So coterminal angles are angles that have the same initial side and the same terminal side, but the only thing that makes them different is either the direction of the rotation or different amounts of rotation. Their measures will always differ by a multiple of 360 degrees. So here we want to sketch 60 degrees in standard position. This would lay, of course, in quadrant 1. This would be an acute angle in quadrant 1. So we'll call that a quadrant 1 angle, and we'll call that acute. Now we are asked to form coterminal angles to 60 degrees. So here's our 60-degree angle. And we want to find an angle that is coterminal to this angle, and we are asked to find a positive coterminal angle. So what we're really looking for is to not only go this amount of rotation, but we actually want to go completely all the way around and back to the same spot. So we've gone 60 degrees and then 360 degrees more, because we've added on one complete rotation to get back to the same spot that we started at on that terminal side. So that would be 420 degrees. So 420 degrees would be a positive coterminal angle to 60 degrees. They have the same initial side and the same terminal side, but for the 420 we made one extra complete rotation to land at the same terminal side. Alright, now we're asked to find a coterminal angle that is negative. So coterminal to 60 but is negative. If we're going to form a negative angle, put our initial side there, we need to go in the negative direction. So we're going to go all the way around in the negative direction until we land at the same terminal side as 60 degrees. So what would that be? Well, if I go in the negative direction, that would be negative 300 degrees. So it's almost a complete rotation in the negative direction, except we stopped 60 degrees short of a complete rotation. So that would be a coterminal angle of negative 300 degrees. Another way that we could come up with this negative 300 is to take our original angle of 60, and because we went in the negative direction, we would subtract 360 degrees. So in the negative direction, a complete rotation starting at the terminal side and going all the way back around. So 60 degrees minus 360 degrees would be negative 300 degrees. So we find these coterminal angles by adding and subtracting complete rotations, adding and subtracting multiples of 360 degrees. In our next example, we will sketch theta is equal to negative 200 degrees. Theta represents a Greek letter. We often use theta or beta or alpha to represent our angles. So this is theta is equal to negative 200 degrees. You want to sketch it in standard position. And I'm going to go in the negative direction. If I stopped at a straight angle, that would be negative 180. So I need to go 20 degrees more than that in the negative direction. So this will be negative 200 degrees. We want to find two coterminal angles, one positive and one negative, to negative 200 degrees. So let's remind ourselves of what our negative 200 degree angle looks like. Here's our initial side and our terminal side. And we're looking for an angle that is coterminal to this, but that is positive. So we want to start at the initial side and go in the positive direction this time, and we will stop there at the same terminal side. That is 160 degrees. Of course, if this is negative 200 degrees, there's a 20 degree difference here. So when we did that positive rotation, we stopped just 20 degrees short of half a rotation. How else could we come up with this 160 degrees? We could take our original angle, negative 200 degrees, and we went in the positive direction to find our new angle. So we would add 360 degrees, and that would give us a positive 160 degrees as our coterminal angle. All right, let's now find a measure that is coterminal but negative. So let's sketch in our negative 200 degrees. And we want to go in the negative direction. But we don't want to find negative 200 again. I want to go around one more time until I stop back at the terminal side. So that will be going negative 200 degrees, but then going one complete rotation again in the negative direction. So that would be negative 300 degrees, negative 360 degrees rather, and when we subtract 360 degrees from negative 200, we end up with negative 560 degrees. So negative 560 degrees would be coterminal to negative 200 degrees. Remember, coterminal angles have the same initial side, the same terminal side, but they just differ by the amounts of rotation and direction.